So many people skip out on breakfast, and honestly, it makes me sad because some of the best flavors that we've ever had come from our breakfast food. Don't skip these recipes. They are so delicious, and you will not regret having breakfast. One thing I love being able to do is not just use my crock pot when it comes to making dinner, but did you know it makes a fantastic breakfast? We're gonna make a banana walnut French toast casserole kind of thing. The first thing I need to do, I've already prepped a lot of my ingredients, but I wanna get my bananas chopped up because I actually prefer this recipe if you layer the bananas a little bit. And I'll kind of explain what that means when we get to it. Sorry, that was loud. I'll explain what it means when we get to it. I'm going to just slice up the bananas. It doesn't have to be perfect. We've got, if you have one of those really cool little tools where you just put the banana into the tool and it slices it up for you, you can use that, but you can also throw some on your counter like I do. They don't have to be perfect by any means. Now, to keep these from browning, we're going to add a little bit of lemon juice. So let me just pour here onto my spoon and then drizzle and just toss in that lemon juice. And this will help that whole browning process slow down. This part is done. Everything else is pretty much prepped. So let me just set this to the side and we're gonna start cutting our baguette. Now this is couple days old. I wanted it to be a couple days old for this recipe. The ends are actually pretty hard, so I'm probably gonna cut those off. Goodness, the ends are actually pretty hard, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut those off. As I'm cutting, I'm just dropping it into the crock pot, and then we're gonna do a bit of a layering. Now, this may be easier to do if, like I said, mine is probably 1 day older than what I would prefer the bread to be. I don't like using fresh bread for a casserole like this. I don't know, I feel like it gets mushy. Like if it's a little bit more stale, it keeps some of its texture, but it's up to you. Now, this is the layering that I was talking about. So I'm just gonna take a few of the bananas, maybe a little less than half, and just kind of add them to this bottom layer that we've already created, just so it's not bananas all at the top, but you get a little bit of a mixture of bananas. Now I've got 5 more bananas over there, so if I feel like it's not gonna be banana-y enough, we'll add more. Now let's cut the rest of the bread, and same process. I've got my next layer of baguette. I've got some stuff already portioned out here. So we have 4 eggs that I've already cracked open. This is about a tablespoon of sugar. Go ahead and add in that sugar. You can use any kind of sugar you prefer, honestly. We've got a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I like to add in some milk. This is about 3/4 a cup of milk. You can add in nutmeg, whatever your favorite flavors are. I personally, oh, I forgot it. Let me get it. My preference is to add a touch of, come on. What is happening? Almond extract, there we go. That's like maybe a half teaspoon. It's probably under that. Now, whisk that together. My dog is staring at the back window, or the back door. Even though my daughter is outside, she still wants to come in. Okay, now let's pour the egg mixture all over the top. Leave me a comment below. Do you prefer a sweet or a savory breakfast? I'm trying to get it all around, making sure that the pieces all get soaked in the mixture. Now, I did spray this before I put everything in here. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. Top with the rest of the bananas, just all over. This is about a tablespoon of coconut oil. We're gonna drizzle with coconut oil all over the top here. Now, just for looks, I'm gonna take a little bit more of that cinnamon and just ever so slightly Sprinkle the top. Now, ideally, I would have pecans or even more walnuts than what I have. I thought we had an entire bag, but apparently people have been snacking on them, which is no surprise here. Let's just add what we have to the top. Oh, this will be all right. It's not a lot, but it's enough. I'm gonna cook this on low for about 3 to 4 hours. We'll check it and see how it goes. I mean, it smells delicious already. If you need a delicious and easy breakfast to have on hand, this banana walnut French toast was very good. Very, very good. We made sausage to serve on the side. So delicious. It came together really quickly. I didn't have to babysit it or do anything like that. If you're having people over, I think this is a great option. If you just want to have breakfast ready for yourself or your kids in the morning before school, during the summer, I mean, it's literally a good option no matter what, and it's a really inexpensive casserole as well. There are a few things that I love as much as a great night's sleep, waking up and having coffee and breakfast after, but to have a good night's sleep, you gotta have a good mattress. Helix Sleep makes premium mattresses and bedding that are customized to fit your needs, and they are conveniently shipped right to your door. They have a lineup of 20 unique mattresses, and the really neat thing is you go online and you take a quiz, and it tells you which mattress is actually best for you. So personally, I'm a side/back sleeper. I prefer a medium to firm mattress. Here in North Carolina, we are still experiencing summer weather. Having the Glaciotex cooling cover on top of the mattress is a must-have, keeping us cool throughout the night. Helix Sleep is also fiberglass free. In fact, their manufacturing facility is also fiberglass free, so you know you're never gonna get that in your mattress. The best part about Helix mattresses is that they're delivered in a box, vacuum sealed, straight to your door. And if you're worried about getting a mattress before trying it out, you don't have to worry because there is a 100-night trial. So almost 3 months to try the mattress and make sure that you love it. Helix mattresses also have a 10-year warranty. They have financing options available and flexible payment plans. Today's video is sponsored by Helix Sleep, and they are offering my followers an exclusive discount this month. It is 27% off your mattress plus 2 free pillows. Use the promo code HelixPartner27 to get this deal. Act fast because the discount ends after Labor Day, so you want to move quickly. Check out the Helix site in my description box for more details. If you're only thinking of sliders as an appetizer or a dinner menu item, you're missing out. We're gonna make some breakfast sliders. Not only are these delicious, you can freeze them, you can reheat them in the air fryer, the oven, the microwave for several days so that you have them on hand. It's a great make-ahead breakfast. I already have bacon and sausage cooked because you guys know that's something that we do on a regular basis. We have that in the refrigerator so that it's ready to go throughout the week. Now, my sausage is crumbled. If you want to make an even layer that will come out the same size as your, what are they called? Sliders, take a pound of sausage in a 9x13 pan and press it out. It's gonna shrink up a little bit while it cooks, but then you'll get one flat, even layer of cooked sausage that you can put onto your sliders. You just put that in the oven for, I don't know, it's like 20 minutes or something. I'll leave the directions in the description box if you want to do it that way. Like I said, we've already got crumbled breakfast sausage ready to go, so obviously we're going to use what we already have. But we need 8 eggs, so I'm going to crack them here into my measuring cup, and we're just going to use this as a mixing bowl. Also, my eggs are really large this time, so thank you to my egg supplier. Okay, that's 6. Now, obviously with the bacon and sausage, there's gonna be a lot of flavor in these sliders, but if you wanna take your eggs over the top anyway, like I do, add a glug or 2 of Worcestershire. Also, if you're not adding cottage cheese into your eggs, you're missing out because it adds this wonderful texture and obviously some extra protein as well. We're just gonna finish this one off. Now, if you really wanna take your eggs over the top, add Boursin cheese. It's so good. I mean, so good. So this is not gonna mix in very well. You'll see it'll mix in once we put it in the pan and fry it up. But y'all, Boursin cheese in your eggs is so delicious. Okay, these are gonna be the best flavored eggs of life. You can add salt and pepper, but honestly, with that boars and cheese in there and the Worcestershire, we never feel like it really needs it. All right, so take your sliders, your Hawaiian rolls, whatever it is that you're using, and you're gonna take a knife and cut all the way through, leaving the tops intact, like together in one big piece. And I'm prepping everything now, but I'm actually not gonna bake mine until tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and just prep it so that it's ready for the morning, and we'll be ready to just pop this in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes right before breakfast. Okay, before I even head over and make my eggs, I'm gonna lay down some cheese. So you can use whatever kind of cheese you want. This is a Kerrygold cheddar, and this is just, we buy it in like a 5-pound block and shred it. So we always have this available. Okay, now, like I said, yours might be in just one sheet basically, where you can lift it up and lay it on here just as if it looked like this and you're laying it on top, which is actually pretty cool the way that you can do that. But if you have crumbled sausage like me, you can do it that way as well. And I would say add as much or as little as you like. Or if you don't like sausage, if you only prefer bacon, then do that. Once you put these in the oven and all that cheese melts, obviously you're still gonna have some stuff fall off the sides, but it won't be quite as much. That cheese is just gonna help to kind of bind everything together. You do wanna always, with sliders, take everything all the way to the edge as far as you can, making sure that you have goodness in every last bite. Okay, we're gonna head over to the stove and cook up the eggs. Then we'll put the bacon on top. It's gonna be so good. I already have a hot pan with about a teaspoon or so of oil in there. I cook up those eggs. We're just scrambling them. One tip I have is to undercook your eggs a little bit, because remember, these are going into the oven, so they're still gonna cook more. Okay, let's top the sausage with the eggs. And if your sausage is in one layer, it's gonna be a lot easier to do this. Come on, this smells so good with this boars and cheese in here, y'all. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna take some green onion and add some to the top. For color, for taste, for all of the above. Now, bacon. And I'm topping with a little more cheese. This is really mostly for binding everything, because we've got some cheese in the eggs. We don't need to worry about it adding more of a cheesy layer necessarily. It's more that holding everything together. I mean, y'all, this looks amazing. Now in the morning, right before we cook this, we're gonna add a maple butter to the top, which is essentially just maple syrup mixed with butter. But then we pop this in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes, and it is just so good. I mean, look at these. These little breakfast sliders are so good. It's the perfect balance of sweet and savory, because you have the egg, the sausage, and the bacon, and then the roll is a little bit sweet, plus you have that maple syrup on the top. I really, really like these. Everybody in my family really liked them. So easy to make and have prepped in the refrigerator so that you can cook them the next night. Very, very good. We all really, really like these. I think some jalapeno added into this would be delicious. Maybe even a little bit of salsa, as long as it's not too wet. All right, cat wants to go out. Shocking, I know. But very, very good. We really all like these. Now I need to go get ready for the day. Okay, friends, we are going to take these biscuits, this roll, and I'm gonna go ahead and make all of them. If you have leftover carnitas or pork, this is a great recipe. Let's go ahead. We'll lay them all out on my parchment lined baking sheet here. Okay, I'm gonna take this shot glass and press into each one of them so that I'm creating kind of a cup shape here. My oven is currently preheating to 400 degrees. We're gonna bake these for about 10 minutes, take them out and repress them, making sure that we really get this cup shape because we're gonna put some stuff in them. While that's in the first round of the oven, we're gonna go ahead and get our eggs ready. So I think I'm gonna do 6 eggs. Go ahead and mix them up. My husband will probably make the eggs because he's just good at it. Add a touch of milk into these. It's probably like a tablespoon and a half, 2 tablespoons. And there is this new seasoning that I've been trying. It's Kevin's Natural Foods. It's an all-purpose, like an everything type of seasoning. So I'm just gonna use this instead of salt and pepper. It's pretty good. I tried it actually the other morning when I made a quiche and I really liked it. So I figured we would just try it in this one, give it a shot. Let's kind of whisk these together so that they're ready to go for him. Okay, now sometimes he will put other things into our eggs like, what is it called? Creme fraiche or a Greek yogurt. He still might do that even though I put the milk in there. I'll let him decide. And then we're definitely gonna add cheese to them when we cook them. Okay, already I have an adjustment or a tip. Make your biscuits, but only cook them for 5 minutes. I just took them out at the 6.5 minute mark and they're almost done. Okay, so you do not wanna make them so that you do not wanna leave them in for 10 minutes on the first round. So we're repressing these to get that cup in there. Look, this is perfect. This is working out really well, okay? So yeah, 5 minutes would have been just like the ideal time. These are gonna be so good. Okay, now these are gonna go back in there, but I'm assuming they're only gonna cook for about 5 or so more minutes. All right, so you put what, tablespoon of butter in there?
Yeah.
About a tablespoon. I thought he might use Greek yogurt. You can see it over there. All right.
That's in place of creme fraiche.
Yeah, creme fraiche. I said that earlier. He's gonna scramble up the eggs and get those ready. And then after that, the carnitas are actually reheated. Everything's ready to go. So we'll just assemble.
You want cheese in these eggs?
Yeah, cheese in the eggs.
Okay.
You could do it either way. I'm sure you could just put the cheese on the top, but I think cheese in the eggs. Now we take the eggs and we're gonna put some eggs into each one.
Was this from something?
That's from Sam's.
Really?
Yeah, the carnitas.
We froze it or something?
Uh-huh. Speaking of, if you haven't had that, it's delicious. It's carnitas.
It's so good, y'all.
Carnitas from Sam's, and it's refrigerated. You can reheat it in your oven. You can reheat it in the crock pot. That's usually how we do it, is in the crock pot. It has the best flavor. It's 2 pounds of meat, and I want to say it's, what is it, 20 bucks? I feel like it might even be less than 20 bucks, honestly. Yeah. So we're adding eggs, like I said, to each one. I want to use all of the eggs because, you know, we're not going to let eggs go to waste. So now we're going to add carnitas. I put a lot of eggs in these, guys. You probably could have gone less on those, but I was not going to waste those eggs. I'm gonna add salsa to, let's do half of them. You can add salsa to all of them, but this is a medium and I just wanna make sure it's not too spicy. So I'm just gonna go salsa on 4. Okay, cilantro would be delicious on this, but we're gonna use parsley. This looks really, really pretty. I'm gonna move one to a plate so I can taste it. Also a really beautiful brunch option, breakfast option. Came together really quickly. The flavors are there, especially if you use those carnitas from Sam's Club because they are delicious. This is very good. I really like this one. Definitely suggest giving this one a try. And it's beautiful. Our verse today comes from 2 Timothy 1:7. For God gave us a spirit, not of fear, but of power and of love and of self-control. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button so that you'll know whenever I release a new video. We've got some amazing things planned coming up and you're not gonna wanna miss it. But also check out the video that I have here in the middle of the screen. This is one that you don't wanna miss. Amazing and delicious recipes in here. I hope you're having a great week.